Hello and welcome back to the Stronghold. I'm the Magi, and today I'm going to be showing you another one of my quick drafts for the most recent Brothers War expansion to the game. And I'm also going to be showing you something that I don't think I've ever shown on the channel before, and well, I'm proud to say it doesn't actually happen all that much. But today you get to see me through a series of play errors, not reading cards, and well, just being in the moment outmatched by an opponent, go on pretty much a full tilt and have to stop playing. It does end well, but ultimately it had some bad moments. So let's check it out, and perhaps you can learn from my mistakes.
Before we get into all that, take just a second and smash the like button. Truly, it'll only take a moment to do all of those YouTube things, and it really helps the community. Speaking of community, if you haven't been seeing our community updates, take a moment, tap the bell icon, and update your notification settings. There's a lot of great information, and your voice can help shape the future of the channel. Now, what were we talking about? Oh, yeah, right. Welcome back to the Stronghold. I'm the Magi, and we are going to do a little drafting of the quick variety for the new set Brothers War. I'm on my secondary account this afternoon, and I tell you, I took a little break here and, ate a little something and used the restroom and all that good stuff. And while I was doing that little process, I also checked the status on the Magic 30 Anniversary Edition, and it sold out in under 90 minutes. I don't know exactly how long it took to sell out. I'm sure there's a lot of people out there that are paying a lot more attention to that than I was. But 90 minutes in, and it was positively gone. And all I can really say on that is it makes me a little fearful for the Magic community at large that people were so positively respondent to that. And by people, I mean the apparent consumers that bought that product up. Obviously, I think most voices in the community were not very positive on that. In particular, this makes me very fearful for the budget players, the free to play players. Just so much going on there. But you know what? Let's get out there and do a little drafting. Because I'm a free to play player, and even if they shut Arena down tomorrow, I'm not really out a dime on this, and I'm good with that. So let's do the thing here, and do a little drafting. No, I typically do not recommend using your gems to do things like this, but this is my free-to-play secondary account. I cook up a new one of these every year just for content creation. But I am absolutely going to take the Tyrant here. I think that is a ridiculously good card, and there's several other potentially very good red cards here. So we will probably get something on the wheel. Scrap Trawler is pretty nice, but I think Tyrant is just a much bigger bomb here. And look at there, a Sculpting Steel, a second rare. This is my 11th draft in Brothers War, doing quick drafts. And I think this is the third time that I've had a pick 2 rare as well. So not something I've been seeing a whole lot of. Pyrrhic Blast is okay. I don't love that particular card. Let's see here. What are we interested in? I mean, Weakstone Subjugation is pretty nice if I wanted to go blue. I think Unleash Shell might be the best card we could be talking about here. Pyrrhic Blast, I've got a 4 of. Arms Race, I've got 2. I'm not really excited about that. Spectrum Sentinel, I've got 2, so we'll probably get there on the collection. But Unleashed Shell, I do have 4 of, so there is that. The Chain Dancer actually has some positive correlation. Looking at some of the results on these things, Raised to the Ground also pretty decent. As removal, I think though, I mean if I'm gonna play to win on this one, we're gonna Unleash Shell, and that feels like the correct choice. Gurgling Anointer, I've already managed to get a 4 of on that, and I think Ichor Wellspring. Well, I'm pretty close there, and Steel Exemplar. I mean this could be good if I could go mono red. I'm not sure that's where we're at the moment, so there's that. Boy, I mean, we're really just looking at the Strong Bowl here. That's the only really viable card for red. So yeah, we'll go ahead and pick that up. Obviously, we're still in the market for a second color here. Mishra's Onslaught is probably going to compel us to move into a second color. Flow of Knowledge, not really the sort of thing we're looking to do here. Self-Assembler, I've got a full play set on. Argavian Avenger is pretty terrible, although, I mean, it is a shapeshifter. I wish it had all the creature types. But it doesn't have Changeling, which okay, that's not great. I think all shapeshifters should have Changeling, but I guess I'm just kind of old school there. Cohort, maybe one of the best cards here, although Prison Sentence is definitely the card here, and I only have 1 copy of that, so that really feels much better than it did a moment ago. Demolisher is a good, strong maybe here. Medic, not so much. Foundry Inspector is actually probably what I end up taking here. Yeah, I think that's where we go. And let's see here. The Repair and Recharge, I think, is a little underrated. Although I haven't had much opportunity to prove that just yet. Prowler is pretty solid. I don't have a full set on that, but I already do have 2 copies, so I will probably coast into that when I open up packs. I mean, there's not anything. I mean, I kind of have to take either the Prowler or the Survivor. So maybe we go red-green, or red-white aggro here and take the Survivor. I think that feels better than taking the Prowler in this circumstance. And let's see here. Blitz Automation is probably the best card in this pack. Ambusher is maybe a close second, with the argument that Evolving Wilds is good. Although I think Evolving Wilds is not as good in this format because you just don't go 3 color. I am going to take the Paratrooper here just because I don't have any, amazingly enough, on this. Let's see here. Raised to the Ground, pretty decent. Conscripted Infantry, also pretty good here. I think maybe we take the Infantry. That feels like the correct play here. Trying the red-white aggro thing. Excavation is a great card. I've already got my play set. Well, no, actually, I don't. I must be thinking of the other account. But I think Whirling Strike here might just be better for us. Also thinking about maybe the Drake. I mean, none of these are awesome. I might just take Excavation. Although having more than 2 copies, I'm not sure I'd ever play 3 in a deck. So I will take the Whirling Strike here. Gonna do the thing. Arms Race just almost always feels underwhelming. Race to the Ground, pretty decent. I think it's the best card here, particularly for us already being pretty heavily in red. Demolition Field, I don't really need. I'm going to coast into a 4th copy of that if I even care. And I think Medic is just the where we want to be here. All right, I'm gonna take the Avenger here, and I'm probably up front knowing I'm not gonna play it. And here I'm gonna take Demolisher. That actually might be a playable card for us, and Blast Runner. It looks like we made a pretty good choice here going into red. We got a lot of late wheel stuff. And looky there, a Mechanized Warfare, just waiting for us, just hanging out. And Pyrrhic Blast, like I so want this card to be good, and it's not quite as good as I want it to be. I think if you're in the black-red sack deck, then it's really solid. But outside of that, just not so much. I think here we take Cavalry. The Alloy Animist is probably a better card for the collection, but I'm just not sure it's doing enough for us. I don't know if I want this in the green-white deck at this point. So if I don't end up with it, I'm probably okay. Cavalier, I am just really weak on this card in the collection. So we are going to go ahead and pick that up and feel pretty good about it right here. Static Net is a windmill slam here. The Disenchant also really good. Maybe that wheels, we'll have to see. I kind of doubt it. Monastery Swift Spear is probably, well, I already have the 4 copies. I don't really care about any of these others. Statue's pretty good in the right deck. But maybe we take a second Unleashed Shell here. That kind of feels like the correct play. Or we could take the Chanter, but we have enough of those, honestly. Tough call. How many instants and sorceries? I'm only at 3 right now, but of course we are very early in the draft. So taking these things might actually work out pretty well. We also have the Lauren's Escape, which I think is relatively underwhelming, unfortunately. Maybe we take the Levitating Statue here. That gets us both value and a reasonably playable card. Maybe? Kind of a tough call here. Yeah, I'm going to take the Statue just to kind of split the difference there. It might not get played. Another Unleashed Shell. That is wild. And I think I pretty much have to take it here because there's not much else going on here. Take Flight is probably a better card. Opportunist, arguably a better card. But again, like these things are just so off color for us. So I do think we take the Unleashed Shell. And here, do we want the Vanguard? I think we do. I think we definitely want it more than we want Unleashed Shell number 3. This is kind of a surprisingly unpopular card. I'm really surprised to see it as much as we are, especially this deep into pack 2. Recommission, I think, is only situationally good. So yeah, I'm going to take the Vanguard here. And do I take the Battery Bearer just for the value? Another Unleashed Shell. I mean, we could just absolutely be made of removal here. Union and Third Path is probably not good for us. So yeah, more red removal. probably fine. Feels very weird. Elsewhere Flask doesn't really do enough. I think we take another medic here. What is this, like Unleashed Shell number 7 or something? This is insane. We already have 3. I really can't see taking another one at this point. I mean, good gracious, do we actually get that high on our curve? Is that? I mean, I'm going to take the Air Marshal here and just throw it in the collection for blue-white soldiers. That would seem to be the right pick. Here, I'm going to take an infantry. It's still a reasonably good card at this point. Okay, so here we've got a lot of nothing. Desynchronize. I think the best card we don't already have 4 of is probably the Prowler here. And again, probably just not getting played. Well, wow, here I've got to take the Swift Spear. How crazy is that? I never thought I'd say I have to take the Swift Spear. Here we're going to take the Take Flight. I don't think we're going to end up with enough blue to really make that playable, but it is what it is. I will take the Ivory Tower just for value. Not going to get played. Union of the Third Path. Obviously, it's the card I have to take here, but I don't think that gets played. And sure, I will take a rare dual land that is in color. Sure, you talked me into it. Chromatic Star, probably pretty good. Animist, Corrupt. I mean, obviously, we're not playing any of the uncommons other than maybe Chromatic Star. Let's see here. Retrieval Unit really doesn't do a whole lot. Survivor is pretty decent. Conscripted Infantry is pretty decent. But honestly, both of those I will probably wheel one of these. So I think I'm going to take the Chromatic Star here and hope for the best. It's probably not going to get played, to be very honest. Power Stone Engineer is a definite maybe here. Chanter is probably the better card. And of course, you can always take Battery Bearer for your collection. But here, I think I'm going to take the Chanter. I'm not sure that's the right call, to be perfectly honest. But none of these uncommons are at all playable for us. And I've already got 2 Battery Bearers. No One Left Behind. I don't actually have any of that. Forging the Anchor, I don't really care. But No One Left Behind, I don't really play a lot of black. So I think maybe I take the Chanter, make the deck a little bit better. I'm thinking Levitating Statue is not going to make the cut. Here, Mishra's Domination, not great. I think we take the Cohort. That would seem like the correct pick here. And I will take a very late rare Defense Grid. I do believe I already have 1 copy on this. And Thopter Architect is pretty strong. I mean, it really is. What is my artifact count at this point? Only 4. So that kind of makes the case against that. Maybe Scrapsmith? Maybe. No, you know what? I'm gonna take the Defense Grid. We're just gonna go ahead and run with that. I am gonna throw it down there though. And you know what? I'm tired of passing Hero of the Dunes. There's not really anything going on here. So I'm going to take that strictly on value. And we will throw that down there. I'm still looking at like 27 potentially playable cards here and a reasonably strong deck. So I am totally okay with that. I think I'm going to take my Prospector here. And I might just take the Skyfisher here just to add the value to the collection. And yeah, I think that's what we're doing. Again, not playing that. Boy, these are not great. I guess we take the Chain Dancer. Firebomb is pretty situationally weak. Elsewhere Flask, I already have 2 copies. And I'm not sure I even care about those, but it is what it is. We'll go with the Chain Dancer. Corrupt might be what we have to take here, just to add the value to the collection. I'm going to have to pick those up eventually. The Survivor of Corliss, I kind of hate giving that up for the deck, but I'm already at 30 reasonably playable cards. I've got 4 copies. Now, you know what? We are going to go for Survivor here. And Power Plant Worker is a maybe. Shoot Down is probably the better card. Or I take the Anchor just on value. Yeah, I'm going to take the value in the Anchor. And here we go. We've got Tome as a possibility. Lauren's Escape. I mean, that's not terrible. What am I looking at creatures-wise? And I do have a couple of prowess. So yeah, I think we take the Lauren's Escape here. I don't think I necessarily need it. Of course, I could also take the Aeronaut Wings for the same reason and be a little bit more aggressive. I think that's the correct play there. And just like that, we're rewarded for that by now getting the Lauren's Escape. Pretty solid. Here I think we take Prowler. That gives me a play set on that. I'm much more likely to play that than the other green creature that was going on there. And I guess here we'll take a Retrieval Agent. What do you guys think? All right, let's see. What do we got here on the Draft Helper? I think obviously we've stayed pretty tight on our color picks here. 5 rares is not bad. 1, 2, 3. Yep, 3 of the Retro Frame uncommons. That's pretty solid. Let's see what the deck helper wants us to do here. Obviously, Defense Grid was a cut. We knew that going in, as was Ivory Tower. Union is an easy cut, sure. Mechanized Warfare, I'm not sure how I feel about cutting that, to be honest. I mean, how many red creatures do I have? Well, you know what? We will come back to that. Whirling Strike is something they want us to cut. The Wings, that's another one. The Chain Dancer. I think maybe this is why Mechanized Warfare is getting cut. Those are both obvious cuts. Chromatic Star, I think we already had that cut, sure. They want us to cut a Medic. And yeah, okay, I can totally see that. The Blast Runner just doesn't really work in this deck. The Heavyweight Demolisher is very high end on mana curve. I can totally see that. Where is our Argavian Adventure? Oh, we already cut that. We were ahead of the curve on that. So really, it's a question of the Mechanized Warfare. Do I want something in here over that? Let me take a look at my card pool here. I mean, yeah, they are really hating on this card. All right, average picked at 1, total times picked 4. So the AI ratings it as a 1 because it's a rare. There are a few cards in this set that really want you to lean into a more monocolored direction. Certainly one of them. Okay, so I think I'm happy to have that in the collection. Swift Spear, Forge Chanter, my infantries. Well, I mean, I hate having a 3-drop that doesn't improve the board. So yeah, I'm going to cut that. We're going to run with this. I'm a little torn about maybe running the Mechanized Warfare and running one less copy of Unleashed Shell. But you know what? I'm going to trust the AI. I'm going to trust the pro commentators here and run with that and see what we get. Let's take this for a spin and see what it does for us. I think this is the first time I've been able to draft the red-white aggro, so I'm a little interested to see what it does. A turn 2 Trooper is not bad. 2 Unleashed Shells in the opening hand is not really what I wanted. But that's okay. I'll lead in with the Ambush Paratrooper and see if we can land some damage here. We even have the Lawrence Escape to potentially protect it. And a 3-drop feels pretty good if we can get some land. Hey, look at that. They got themselves a paratrooper. We'll pass. My turn. And we're not going to do the dumb thing and play it during our own turn. Sure. Not loving that. See, now his paratrooper is tapped, which gives us a slight advantage. I think I have to raise to the ground the Foundry Inspector, right? And let's race with the paratrooper. Sure. Yep, okay. He's a couple turns away from that really mattering. Let's see here. I think we infantry and hold up escape, or do we static now? I mean, they're only 1 card in hand. How much can they possibly do with the Chanter? And I'd have to pay 2 life to target that. So yeah, let's get in for the 1 here. And we'll go ahead and run our conscript. We can always kill the Chanter with the infantry and then get our token. We're holding up Lauren's Escape here, although I'm not sure there's either one of these I'm hugely worried about. That's problematic. Alright, so we're gonna have to take the paratrooper off the board. And I think this is the correct way to do it. I mean, we have all those Unleashed Shells. I literally have a piece of protection and 2 pieces of removal in my hand. I can't see any reason to just really hold back on that. I'm willing to take 1. That feels like the correct thing to do here. And he's still multiple mountains away there. So I think we do another infantry. And we'll hold up the Lawrence escape here in case we need it. I should have swung with the paratrooper. I don't know why I clicked. I clicked without thinking. It happened. Let's say no to that. I think we scry away the mountain. I think I'm willing to take 2 here. This almost feels like a waste, but at the same time. Yep. Blockage of the chumpage variety. Sure, you got yourself a soldier. There is no doubt about that. See, those chanters just aren't great if you don't have the cards supporting them. All right, that's pretty solid right there. I think he's in trouble here. Sure. That is absolutely a thing you can do. Wow, that was kind of sad, honestly. I mean, even if he blocks really well, he's toast here, right? Yep. All right. That was game 1. I can see why people think so highly of this deck. It really is very efficient when it comes together, and it wasn't particularly hard for us to draft. I don't know if it's just because the colors were so open. I mean, it just felt like we were being gifted so much red. But we will get right back in here. Let's see what we can do with this overall. That's a curve there. You can't really argue with that. I think we're going to be. Yep. Sorry, looked away for a moment. Keepy. Blue. Wow, just when I thought my curve really couldn't get much better, there it is. So 1, 2, 3, 4, boom. This deck is going to curve out pretty hard, and usually when an aggro deck like red, white, go wide curves out, it's pretty brutal. And he took a turn off to play an equipment. Okay, And we just picked up a 5-drop just in case that happens. No need to attack here. He does have a defensive position. Yep, okay, that's a thing, definitely. Wow, that feels pretty brutal. Yeah, I'm totally okay with that too. Let's get in for the trace. I mean, I probably don't even need to play the static net on 4, but the cohort is a really good option that I'm getting ready to draw. And you never know, he might drop a bomb right here. I mean, he does have 4 monochromatic going on. If he does play a bomb and then we static net it, I'm pretty sure we just get the scoop. Let's see. Can we actually predict the future? Oh, static net is... Oh, because of Lodestone Golem. Oh, God. Hating that. Let's see if he wants to trade the Golem or take 4. He is going to trade the Golem. Holy crap, I cannot believe that. He must have something really awesome in his hand, which will make our static net just even more delicious. Yeah, Air Marshal, that's a thing I'm willing to static net, absolutely. He's gonna go ahead and move the equipment, good for him. That is the correct play. Unfortunately, we might get the scoop right here. He might just say he's had enough of our shenanigans. Another 5 down. Bada bing. I'm honestly not sure what to do on next turn, and we haven't even drawn a card yet. Okay, that's good. Yeah, it absolutely is. Let's see if we can draw a little more removal. I mean, we haven't seen any of our shells yet. Zephyr, yep. He's gonna bounce the soldier to his hand. Very nice. I'm proud of you, sir. That was really good. Yep, we took 4. Mountain is not really what I wanted there. Alright, I am going to swing the cohort because it's basically a free swing, because if we kill the sentinel and trade the cohort, they weren't even interested in that. That is totally okay by me. So I think we play out Prospector here. We has a lot of Power Stones. We might just be able to kill him with the Strongbow next turn. Well, maybe not next turn, but probably the turn after. Yep, there's your Sentinel. What does that crown actually do? Is that like a draw effect when it dies? Okay. Yep, that was kind of humorous. I guess you can't equip a creature. Interesting. Sure, I'll take 7. I find your terms acceptable. Wow, he was just not giving up on that shit, was he? And we might just win the game here off of shenaniganry with the Strongbow. So let's go to combat, see what they want to do here. Yep, I got bad news for you, bro. All right, win number 2. I tell you, I like that Strongbow more and more. I might actually just have to break down and build the red-black deck at some point. That guy is just, he's super versatile. I mean, he just ends games like that. And yeah, we'll claim that prize. Absolutely, we'll claim that one too. We're crazy like that. 2-0. That's not a bad place to be. Some people would call that a winning streak. Got a 52% win rate. On the primary account, and not quite so good on the free-to-play. We have definitely taken some goose eggs there. But hey, that's how it goes sometimes. Swift Spear into Channeler feels pretty good there, especially if we can like turn 3 prison sentence their blocker. That should be pretty damn punishing, honestly. How you doing? Yep, okay. I can dig it. Let's say no attacks here. Well, actually, I totally should have swung. That was silliness. Now he's gonna play an artifact. Yep, there we go. So he's gonna get big. Oh no! No! Damn it. This suddenly does not feel good. Yep, we just passed turn here. We're drawing dead. If I don't draw land next turn, I'm just gonna scoop out and move on to the next game. Because at that point we'll be down 2 lands and a creature, and they have a huge problem generating over there for us. Wow, he didn't swing. That's a little weird. Well, we did get the land. Okay. So maybe we accidentally recover here. I mean, honestly, either one of those is pretty good. I think I want the medic on top, so we'll go with that. Does he jump? Oh, yeah, okay. Now I'm upset. And when you get into tilt, you shouldn't keep playing. So I am actually gonna cut the stream short here at 45 minutes, and I will finish playing this off camera another time, because that was just mistake after mistake. I'm clearly too tired to be playing this game right now. So there we go. Till next time, I'll see you in the arena. And folks, before you go, make sure you subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on a thing. Because I know I can't change the magic economy all by myself, but I think we can.